he did accidentally at our last show in Warner Robins at the Reverb Room throw a prog section in. Like it was very much like polyrhythmed on accident because he chunked his stick across the room accidentally. But to keep going, he played like one-handed, so he ended up playing like this ridiculous polyrhythm that I've been trying to like beat out of him because I'm like, you really should try to play that out over that part because it sounded so cool. Pure accident, but
it was pure like panic mode. Did not know what I was gonna do. Just pulled it right out of nowhere, dude.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the All Music Matters on That podcast. I'm your host, Brian. And today we'll some special guests, and actually our first out of the state of Mississippi, we got Encircled Throne. And with us we got Joe and Blake. How you boys doing today?
Doing good.
Doing great. It's a lovely
day. Good to hear. Yep. I guess how's it this time of the year? I guess a lot like Florida weather, very hot, muggy, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Hot and
very hot.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm up here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but we got our own little heat issue going up here too, so I can relate. So,
gotta love it.
Oh yeah. I guess what you boys been up to recently?
Oh, well, the last 2 weeks we kind of took off because we've been booked pretty heavy. We did actually, as of today, finally drop our first official music video, which is pretty cool. We recorded that 26th of June.
Yeah, I guess it was 26th was right. Yeah, in Warner Robins, Georgia.
Shout out Dedication Studios. She's phenomenal.
Definitely hooked us up with a fire video. That wasn't too expensive either.
Yeah.
So.
That's pretty much a good thing there too, especially when it comes to saving money. It's like you have to spend a certain amount and it goes over budget every time. I think it always happens there too. So there's no such thing as budget reconciliation in the music world, if we want to say it that way.
Yeah,
true.
Which part of Mississippi are you guys hailing from?
The Tupelo area, it's the more north. I usually tell people, because more people know where Memphis, Tennessee is than where Tupelo is. We're just south of Memphis, Tennessee by like an hour and a half.
Have you guys done any sort of tours or anything? I guess I wasn't sure if you did any. I think when we last talked to you, I think you said you were doing about a show. So was it in the Memphis and I guess any other parts of Mississippi?
We do actually travel the southeastern region pretty heavily. As far as tour wise, I think the longest we've done is like 4 days out. We usually like to do like weekend benders, Thursday to Sunday kind of deals. Here lately, what we've done more Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee.
Yeah, like we've really just been focusing on those states. Like we play more in Alabama and Tennessee than we do in Mississippi. So just because there's more going on over there.
We have hit Erie, Pennsylvania. Yeah, as far north as probably we've hit.
Yeah.
Oh, you passed Pittsburgh. What are you doing, man? You always got to stop at Pittsburgh.
It was a last minute booking. We barely got it.
We got really lucky. Someone was like, "Hey, we do have a spot open." We played at this. Do you remember what it was called?
Philly on the Rocks.
Yeah.
Hole
in the wall kind of bar. It was cool though. I mean, they bought a lot of shirts.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was like we actually $100, $150. It was crazy.
I guess, do you guys have your own little tour bus or something? Because that's quite a ride to come all the way up here.
My personal truck is turned into the band vehicle. I got a four-door a Chevy, and I actually just recently got a camper topper for it so we can fit more gear in the back of it. We used to take a trailer, but we like a lot of DIY venues, and considering we like a lot of DIY venues, those are usually, there's no parking, so having a bus or trailer makes parking very, very difficult. So we've condensed a lot as far as what we take.
Like I say, is there a nickname for the so-called throw-mobile you guys always take around?
Yeah.
No name for it? I thought there was always a
nickname. No, we don't really have that. That's pretty good, though. The throw-mobile.
No, I think we just kind of call it the truck, I guess. Like the trademark,
literally
the truck.
Yeah,
something like that. So that's pretty cool. I guess let's go ahead and start. I guess more so the background of you guys first, then we can jump into the band a little bit. So I guess you want to go by seniority in this case, or
yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
All right. So I guess Joe, what's your backstory, and I guess tell the audience, I guess, what your role in the band is.
Well, I started this as mainly a solo project, honestly, like 4 years ago now, I guess, maybe almost 5. Just to kind of get back in the music. I'd been kind of out of the music scene for about 10 years because I moved away from where up here to down to actually Florida. And kind of just started writing music again, get back in the groove. Decided to write this the current album, that our debut album, Your Sins Will Seek You Out. Started working on it with actually a buddy of mine up in Indiana. And before Blake joined the band, I did have an old high school buddy come in and play guitar, and a different drummer that he happened to know. They played like our first 3 shows, and then they were kind of gone after that. But thankfully he was sitting right there. So he's been with me since February 24.
Our first show was actually February 1st.
Of 24, right?
Oh, yeah. No, 25.
Well, this year's 26. Was it 25? Or was it 20?
Yeah, it was 25. Yeah,
25.
I didn't start playing shows till 2025. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Terrible.
We have played a lot of shows together. I mean, last year, like you said, he joined February 1st. That was his first show. And we probably knocked out, I think, right around 64 shows last year. And
yeah,
we're up to already, I think, pushing 50. And once the end of July hits, because we kind of took a small break for the holidays, he was actually finishing out some stuff with his old band that he was in. And come August, we're between August and October, we have 1 weekend off, I think. And every weekend's 2 show bookings at least.
2 or 3, yeah.
I guess more so, Joe, did your parents kind of influence you with picking up any sort of instrument, or maybe taking course or anything when you were a wee lad?
Yeah, I definitely will say they were supportive of it. I mean, they bought me my first drum set when I was 8, because I'm actually a drummer. I do vocals for the band, yeah, but if you listen to the recordings, I played the guitar, the bass, drums, vocals. That's all actually me, because there was nobody else really around at the time. Big Metallica fans, so I guess that's where the metal comes from. But yeah, my dad plays guitar. He played for, I think, a few years before I actually started picking up stuff, but never to the extent that I do. He mainly does cover bands, playing Skinner, CCR, that kind of stuff.
So I guess, is it strictly a 4-piece right now, or I don't know if it's the way you kind of describe it too. It's obviously it's just you two at the moment. Is there other members?
We are the bass. Yes, it's been mainly just me and him playing drums, me doing vocals at all our live shows, plus all of our tracks. We do have officially a guitarist from Cincinnati, Ohio, David. And then we are still in the audition process of a guy who actually is from our local area named Nate. If you watch the music video for a chance, you will see all 4 of us in it. All the new pictures we posted are all 4 of us, but it looks better than just showing it's just us 2. So,
well, I could say it's almost like a Dark Throne sort of moment going on here too. But unfortunately, you guys will be playing live then. So,
yeah, we didn't let it stop us. I mean, for the most part, we were well received live, just the 2 of us. I mean, there were a few people you guys should give it up until you get a full band, but it's been more, I don't know, 80, 20, 90, 10.
It's been
way more positive. People being like, man, you guys are awesome. Then you guys really should stop doing this. This is just the 2 of you.
Yeah.
Normally, that's what I think there too. But I have seen what we could call duos in this case. It was actually a Tongue of Eating. I know I had 2 guys in that little group. I actually played at a guy's wedding reception, actually, believe it or not. So
nice.
So,
I mean,
much respect.
Tech these days, it's very easy. I mean, back when I first started doing music when I was 16 or 17, there's no way in hell I could have pulled off this kind of music without a full band. in which in this case a full band, we'd probably need like 7 members actually to be able to have the strings and all the synth stuff, not to mention there's like 3 guitar parts in most of the songs. So I mean, without backing tracks, it really wouldn't probably survive.
Because before I talk more about Encircled Throne in just a moment here, let's get Blake's Black story. I guess so Blake, I guess how'd you become a drummer, and then I guess how'd you meet this handsome devil one day?
So I actually started off playing guitar first. When I was like 13 or 14, I just decided to go and take lessons, and like my grandparents encouraged it and whatnot. And then my brother ended up getting into the drums, and we had a pretty decent drum set, nothing crazy, set up in our back room, and I would just kind of go in there and like mess around on it. I never really like took it serious or anything. I just kind of messed around. And then one random day, I just get a text message from somebody that like I didn't even know that well. I just met him a couple times, and I knew he was into music, so he wanted my contact. Yeah, this guy named Christian. He's doing like rap stuff right now, I'm pretty sure, like making beats and all that. But he basically texted me. I was like, "Hey man, you still play drums?" And I was like, "Well, I haven't played them in a long time, but I mean, yeah, like what's up?" And basically got me in contact with him, and I just kind of came over. Well, first he sent me all the music, and I just kind of listened to it. I really liked it. It was like everything that I was into up until that point, plus more. Because I love the whole like symphonic element and stuff like that. And then I pretty much we just went from there. Like it just kind of, we got ready. I just tried to play along as best as I could, and then just kind of went from there.
Smacked him in the head a few times.
Yeah. Because like I really don't have like I never took lessons for drums. I've only been playing for a year and a half. Like as long as I've been in the band is as long as I've been playing in general, pretty much. So it's kind of how I got to this point, I guess.
The first few shows having him was pretty great because I could always be like, "Yeah, this fool's only been playing drums for like 2 months, so you may want to give him a little extra hand tonight."
Yeah. It did take me a decent amount of time to get the double kicks worked out, though. That was something I couldn't learn from the beginning, was the double kicks. And then it took me like 4 or 5 months, and I finally got them pretty locked in.
It was 2 months. You started in February, and it was March at the end of March.
It was April 4th, I think, was that first show that I finally whipped them out. So yeah.
I do have to ask, like, does he get carded a good bit whenever he walks in? He's got the clean face, the face, and everything.
Thankfully, we don't really truly play a whole lot of bars, but there's been only really one that we've done. He has been, his other band, he has gotten kicked out a few places.
I've been made to sit outside like 2 or 3 times now.
There's only been one spot we played down in Shreveport or New Orleans.
That was Metairie.
Metairie, that we played a bar, literally shotgun hole in a wall kind of thing. I'm not even sure what they were doing, having like deathcore bands in there, but they did, and they made them stay outside unless they were playing. So we're like, yeah, we're probably not going back to that. Like I said, we're real big in the DIY scene and playing all that kind of stuff. So it's usually all ages.
Yeah,
that's good. So I guess it's good to jump into the history of Encircled Throne. I know Joey kind of talked a little bit of it because I know you're on a little hiatus, and this kind of started as a solo project before you started your whole recruiting process.
Yeah.
So I guess what really was the motivation to kind of get Encircled Throne back? Was it just that burning desire to get back into it?
Yeah, I just wanted to start playing again, and I did write a couple other stuff before getting to this album and working with a buddy of mine, but when I started working with him and we started writing a little bit more, I've always wanted to do the whole 7 Deadly Sins concept. Now, granted, a lot of people have done the 7 Deadly Sins, but I wanted to take it a step further in everything I did. Like, all of our songs are not named lust, gluttony, envy, sloth. They're all acronyms instead, because I didn't want to just be, all right, this one's lust. Instead, it's lost, underscored thought. So everything got acronymed, which is cool. And I love a good concept album. So, like, from the first second you start listening to this to the end of it, there's, I don't know, probably 1,000 hidden Easter eggs from like where I specifically drew stuff. Even our live show has certain aspects to it because we do run a light show, and I have it specifically programmed because each song represents the sin. Well, each sin has a color that's represented, like lust is blue, wrath is red, envy green. So we're silhouetted in that color while we play live. So everything really has a meaning. Like we tried so much stuff revolves around the number 7, for example. I mean, even today, the music video dropping today on the 7th of the 7th at 7:07. It's the same as when the album dropped. We dropped the album 2 years ago on the same date at the same time. So everything was just kind of revolving around that. If anybody's a fan of anime, there is a lot of hidden Full Metal Alchemist references in there. There are, of course, the biblical references. I did take some medieval stuff in there, like wrath talks about being drawn and quartered, because that's what if they would do to you if they caught you committing the sin of wrath back in medieval times, was hook you up to some horses and rip you apart. So that's like in the song. Hell, even the sound bites have a meaning. Before Gluttony starts, that's another Full Metal Alchemist reference, talking from the guy Gluttony in the show, says, "Can I eat him?" And then, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie 7 with Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt, but at the end of it, he says, "What's in the box?" He commits the sin of wrath. Well, that sound clip is actually in the song Wrath.
I was like, that's pretty clever. You know what? Actually, as soon as you started with all the 7s, I figure you're more into anime. I know you mentioned Full Metal Alchemist, but did you ever see Fairy Tail?
I've not seen Fairy Tail, no.
Okay, they actually, this is just a little segment of it here too, but it basically says all the dragons had disappeared on the 7th day of like the 7th month of 777. So
I wanted to find that clip then.
Yeah, we'll have to tie that
we always looking for a good clip, because our live show, we throw a bunch of them in there that don't actually, you wouldn't hear it in the album.
For some reason, I thought maybe this Samurai Champloo would probably be a good one to probably fit in there somewhere if you ever get to it. So, don't know if you ever watched it, but I do remember seeing it. It got a little odd at times because it felt like it kind of moved off the main storyline, but then somehow it still always came like full circle somehow.
Yeah. Encircled.
So, yeah, pun intended. So he's like, "Oh, he said it. He said it.
He said the thing.
He said the thing." So, and actually, how did you come up with the name here too? Wasn't sure if this was meant to be a Game of Thrones sort of reference here.
No, it's biblical. Revelations 4:3. It actually talks about a throne being encircled, and I was like, hey, that's kind of cool, because one of our buddies, actually one of his old bandmate, he kind of coined the phrase of like what our sound is if Revelations had theme music. You know, that whole
like,
world ending.
Yeah, it's like world ending, kind of like it's raining outside, and yeah, that whole kind of vibe is how he described it. And that works too, because we start our set with the whole rain noise, kind of like creating an atmosphere before the music starts.
Yeah, with the intro song, it starts that very light piano. You don't hear it on the album, but live we have a big rainy scene. There's lightning, and I do with the lights cause lightning to happen and all kinds of stuff before it kicks in. Some crazy lady off of TikTok screaming, "God's coming for you." I don't even know what her name is, but I remember seeing the clip and just kind of capturing it, and it's kind of stuck.
Actually, the way you start with like the rain and thunder, I was gonna say, was that influence from Slayer, from the Rain and Blood?
I'm gonna admit a cardinal sin here. I'm not really that big into Slayer or like Pantera and stuff. He loves some Pantera.
Yeah, I'm really big into like Pantera and Metallica, but not so much Slayer necessarily. Well, I mean, I don't hate them. I just never delved into them.
But no, it's not a callback. It's very fitting, I mean, tons of bands have done the whole rain and then thunder opening kind of scene. Like, I'm very nostalgic with like 90s hardcore. We actually have another band that's an emo metalcore kind of style, and it references all that old 90s melodic hardcore and emo stuff.
Actually, the way some of the elements were kind of combined, it was almost like the various deathcore bands you can think of, Chelsea Grin,
yeah,
maybe some of those other ones, but maybe the symphonic element kind of had a little reminiscent of Cradle of Filth, maybe not that far advanced. Because
I do love some Cradle, but it's not that far, yeah.
Yeah. But I guess would you say like all those bands are really kind of the big influence here? Or I guess who else kind of influenced you?
as far as the deathcore stuff, yeah, not Cradle Fifth. Wow, Chelsea Grin, Suicide Silence. I mean, I do take a lot. I do take a lot of my vocals from like Mitch Lucker and Amir, which I'm surprised more people don't say I sound a little more like the Amir guy, because I kind of feel like I actually sound kind of like him more. He's got a few more.
Yeah, I definitely take some influence from like. Honestly, Chelsea Grin is probably the biggest one for me. You kind of hit the nail right on the head with that one. I like Whitechapel a lot too, and honestly, like drumming wise, I feel like some of the older metal that we were just talking about, like Pantera, kind of comes out in some of my style comes out of me stylistically, and other stuff like that.
I kind of taught him a little bit, and he kind of had to learn my drumming for the album. I mean, he is definitely taking it his own way now, but like in the early, like last year at some point, someone actually asked him if he was a jazz drummer, and he played a lot of jazz. Boy's never played jazz in his life. However, I am a jazz drummer. I was in a big band jazz group in college. Like, I'm talking 40 horns kind of stuff. Like, we went the whole 9 yards. Love playing the jazz kit. So jazz definitely influenced my drumming on the album. So that
it kind of translated as I was learning all the songs and stuff.
He doesn't know it, but he's big in the jazz.
Secondary hobby.
Yeah.
Comes in handy afterwards though too. So actually it would be ironic, because I think it's part of technical death metal that would like suddenly throw in like a little jazz bit when it's like a death metal song, and then all of a sudden, oh, here's a little jazz bit we just threw in right here too. So
he did accidentally at our last show in Warner Robins with the Reverb Room throw a prog section in. Like, it was very much like polyrhythmed on accident, because he chunked his stick across the room accidentally. But to keep going, he played like one-handed, so he ended up playing like this ridiculous polyrhythm that I've been trying to like beat out of him, because I'm like, you really should try to play that out over that part, because it sounded so cool. Pure accident, but
it was pure like panic mode. Did not know what I was gonna do. Just pulled it right out of nowhere, dude.
It's fantastic.
It's one of those Tourette's moments. Be like, oh shit.
Yeah. No, exactly. That's exactly what happened.
And then we got it on camera too, because I always set up our camera further away so we can get like the whole screen. This lady comes running up to the stage, the side of the stage, where grabs it and runs off like a giddy schoolgirl.
Yeah. She gave my stick to her kid too, let the kid play with it. I was like, man.
I mean, you could ask at least.
Those, man, we just bought those earlier.
We go to record the video, and we get there. He doesn't have a single stick.
Yeah.
Although the funny part is, we get to the venue later that night, open up the merch box, and there's all of his sticks. But we had more sticks, so at least that night he never does that. He never hardly ever drops sticks, but this night he dropped three
times. It wasn't even a drop either. It was a throw. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, 2 of them were pure launches.
Yeah.
Actually, I wasn't sure if it was a sweaty palm or whether it was just if you got caught into the symbol right there and it just sexually flew out of your hand.
Definitely sweaty palm.
Sweaty palms, and just kind of, I don't know, almost just like a zoning out in a way, not focused on keeping it in my hand.
I mean, me and him, like when we were doing this for nearly gonna be approaching 2 years pretty soon. It's definitely, this album's now become second nature for us, I guess. So yeah, it's pretty easy to kind of get sidetracked.
Yeah.
I mean, I like to say, like, we are musicians. We improvise. So, yeah.
For sure.
Hey, I mean, the best mistake is when nobody notices, and nobody ever really truly notices we messed up. So
like, okay, I did something right. So,
we're never going to own up to it. We accepted that, I mean, most live musicians, that definitely is a piece of advice I give to a lot of people. Just accept you're going to mess up, and it's going to be all right. Just don't, show on your face, oh God, because most people don't realize you play the wrong note unless it's really, really bad. But him throwing a stick and playing that prog part over it just sounded cool. It didn't sound like a mess up. It just sounded like he was doing what he was doing. And I mean, I had no idea he threw the other 2 sticks. I only noticed that one time because, like I said, he played this polyrhythm over it. I was like, okay.
It was one of those slow turn moments when he's just amazed. He's like,
I did slow turn him, and he gave me the look of, "Don't you look at me."
Don't even look back here, bro. Don't even.
The sad thing was, I was like, I'm looking at you to say how cool that was. I'm not actually going to say, "Ha, you messed up." I was going to say, dude, more often.
drum solo.
Right.
So it's all cool there too. Great job there, Blake, though. Way to improvise.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah. But I guess go ahead and talk about your music video. Which song was it? And I guess what's the music video kind of entail?
That one we did was Grasping Rapacity, Engulfing Every Desire, or Greed. David actually came up with a little bit of some of the concepts we use in it. Had some fake money, did the whole grill things. We actually wore like suits. I kind of dressed more like a mafia guy, I guess, since I was wearing khaki pants and like the just the classic button-up shirts.
Yeah.
So we did like the whole like two aspects, our normal selves, and then like if our selves were like consumed by greed and had like a lot of money, so we had money thrown everywhere.
Yeah. It's kind of like sitting around like counting it up, laughing.
Yeah, that was at one part we did
like,
that.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
The grill thing was really funny.
Yeah.
Personally, no, I could not get mine to fit in my teeth.
As what you have to do, did you have to just kind of have it at an odd angle or something, or did you manage to get it to fit?
I just like ridded mine.
You had to basically hold them in the entire time.
We only did it for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 shots, so it wasn't like the whole time. Like, I didn't do anything with like vocals with them, man, because they clearly would have just fell out like dentures. But no, it was good. We did it with Dedication Studios. She was from Macon. She's actually moved to Atlanta area now. So if anybody needs anything, and when you see this, she does a phenomenal job. She actually did our video and our other band. We recorded a video the following day down in Macon, Georgia. Do you remember what that place was called?
Startup Studios.
Startup Studios. Yeah. They had a back room that almost looked like an abandoned brick building that was part of their place that they rented out. It was right next to where the cemetery where we took our pictures actually is the one where the Allman Brothers are buried at, which is kind of cool. But other than that, I don't. Was there anything?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. There was one part where like we had like baby powder, and we tried to put it on the drum set to create like the whole like mist smoke effect or whatever. It didn't quite work out, so we just kind of just made it look like we were doing cocaine on the money. So, because like that's like, you know, people say that's like the rich people drug or whatever.
The rich people drug.
Yeah. So we were literally just leaning into the whole fact of being rich a-holes, basically.
You always got to rip on the upper class at this point.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
So. Actually, I don't know if you ever listened to Misery Index, but there's a song called Ruling Class Canceled. So
I have heard that song, yeah.
I think I have. I'm going to go listen to it.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Class is canceled. So, yeah. You can see. Actually, that was the more newer one there, too. I think they've done that song like twice throughout their tenure. So, Second Time on Trade is actually a lot better. So, I will give them credit there. All right. So I guess let's go jump to the fun topic of gear in this case. So I guess if you want to fill in the other musicians, I guess what kind of brand the guitar and bass are, I'll go ahead. But I guess what do you guys use?
David uses a purple guitar because it's purple. Do you even know what it is?
I have no clue.
I really can't remember what brand it is, but he will tell you straight up he's not a gearhead. He bought that guitar. It's a headless one. I think it might be a Legator, but I'm not. I can't be quoted on that. He bought it literally because it's a beautiful purple.
Straight up.
I cannot remember what kind of guitar Nate uses either.
I can't either. I feel so bad.
Me personally, I use a Schecter Hellraiser, and I have a collection of Dan Electros because I'm really big on the semi-hollow body. He uses my drum set, which is a off-brand of Pacific. It's not even like the one we use on tour. I think it's more like a SP. I don't even really, honestly, don't even know. It's just a cheaper drum set that I actually got for free, so we can use it on tour in case any like shells break or anything like that. It's very easily to be replaced. We are using mono cymbals now. We did upgrade that.
Mono cymbals. And I throw like one Zildjian crash in there.
It's the Zill bell.
Zill bell. And then we always bring a Wuhan China as well.
Gotta have that classic Wuhan China.
Yeah. China, without that China, I'm nothing.
Cab wise, though, we used to carry 6, but now we're down to just carrying a PA with us because, like I said, we don't really want to carry a trailer around, and not to mention with just 2 of us, him setting up the drums and then me setting up 6 cabinets kind of got kind of old because we were using 2 Ampeg 810s for the bass, 2 412s plus 2 215 cabinets for the guitars. Like I was running a 5150 head, a Carvin head. I had the PV 412, another PV 412, Sun 215. Like I really like really old, like heavy ass gear that you really don't want to carry around a lot. Now we're just using a simple Mackie PA system, two main 15s, 2 sub 18s, and honestly, it carries everything well because we take a computer with us. I use a Focusrite to run everything out. I mean, it's still loud and nasty because it's got all that low end since we do bring the subs with us. We generally use our own PA. There's not only been a finite amount of places we've gone that the PA's been capable of handling the sound. Because, again, everything's tracked, so minus what I do vocally. Of course, none of his drums are. The guitars that Nate and David play when they're with us, those aren't being tracked, but everything else, like the bass, since we don't have a bass player, we really want all that low end, all that chest bumping because we do trigger his kick drum. So having subs is highly important. And some of these DIY venues you get to, they got the 110-inch speaker that's made purely for vocals is not going to work.
Yeah. It's like, here you go.
None of us are really gearheads, though, to be honest. Like, I mean, I do love my block letter, which I did recently actually look into. It's apparently a little more rare because it was the 3rd series made. I got that sucker when I was 17, stole it off a guy off of eBay pretty much for like $700, and it's worth like $5,000 now. So,
yeah. And he does use an LTD.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
LTD?
7-string, yeah. I had to go look at a picture real quick. Had to fact check it.
But I could not tell you what David's is.
Not sure either.
I would say normally China cymbals and 7-string guitars seem to be a must when it comes to deathcore bands these days.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I started because of Korn. Like one of my first big metal bands to really truly get into was Korn, the first album. Learned they were playing 7 strings when I was like 15. I was like, you know what? Not going back. I literally own 4 or 5 7 strings and only like 6 strings. And one of my 6 strings I just recently bought was a semi-hollow down Electro. I actually have it specially tuned down to drop C. So
I think for me, the first time I saw the 7-string, or maybe it was an 8-string, I don't know, but it was actually Whitechapel's. But it was actually when they were, I guess, not before me, but actually recording a little breakdown section they do of single file to dehumanization.
Mm-hmm.
So first time I saw it too, it was like, damn, that is deep, man. So
G sharp is a favorite. I'm pretty sure a lot of people use G sharp A flat, to be honest, but that's what we're in is G sharp too.
I guess you also get the bass booms, all that stuff there too, whenever they do certain breakdowns at some points. So that also seems to be a prerequisite for deathcore bands these days.
We carry a 15-inch sub purely for bass drops, so we don't run them through the PA to bust people's PA out. There's a dedicated speaker we bring that just put it front and center too. I usually stand on it. I've broken it a few times from stomping it. It's holding together though.
I mean, it's one of those, like, it's violent, it's educational, but mostly violence. That'll do.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I guess speaking of deathcore, I guess what made you really commit to doing like that sort of genre there too, especially maybe even incorporate the symphonic element to it too?
Because I can't write anything else. Literally, I've tried a few other things. I mean, my entire life of playing has always been semi-heavy. and everything I've ever written. I tried to start a punk band about 6 or 7 years ago. I started writing all the punk stuff, and then everything slowly got more palm muted, more chuggy, more open notes. It just continuously started to dip back, and I was like, I can't write it unless it's palm mutes and heavy. So it's kind of more of a, I didn't have a choice because that's just what comes out.
I mean, when in doubt, you just do misfit power chords and think of that way. So.
Yep.
When in doubt, in a punk band, power chorded. So.
But I mean, even when I was doing that, I still ended up like starting to palm mute it and started kind of making chugs happen. So I was like, it's just, I can't do it. So I gotta go back to the roots here.
Yeah, I was always just full send it. Yeah.
I think one of the problems, and I know we talked about Chelsea Grin here a little bit here too, was I think the problem was people got so used to just the breakdowns at that point that seemed like, can I try something new? That's their deal. So this one might cut it a little deeper too. But I guess for the next album, and I guess even future works, I guess, how would you try to not make yourself look like a one-trick pony?
We're going to try a few different things. We're going to try to blend a little more because like we've kind of started calling ourselves symphonic new deathcore because we do have symphonic elements. We have a little bit of new metal elements in some of our riffs, and of course the obvious deathcore elements. We really want to, because at our live show, I've made trap beats out of all the songs. So like in our intermissions, it's not just dead silence. It actually, the next song coming up, there's like a trap beat version of it playing before it happens. So we've really talked about it a lot. We're going to add probably a little bit of that element to it. And we've been really big into the beatdown, especially around here. There's a lot of our friends are in beatdown bands. So we're going to start jumping off that cliff a little bit and adding a little of more of that to it, and really kind of pushing to add more genres to our style.
I don't know if there's a term that like what bands like Lorna Shore or Shadow of Intent do. Sometimes when they get like the breakdowns in it, and it's like and like real fast double bass at some intervals there too.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's just like slow down or slow mo breakdown if we want to kind of give it a funny nickname or something. I guess would you probably consider that too?
Oh yeah, I'm always a sucker for those. I mean, even Greed, the song we did the video for, it's the last of it is nothing but a breakdown that just gets slower and slower and slower. But yeah, we've already got a few things in mind, and one of them actually does the same thing because I don't know. Like I said, everybody used to kind of, it's very nostalgic kind of thing to do, and I'm a sucker for a good old breakdown that's one tempo and then half times.
I guess you guys are also a sucker for the MySpace era of the deathcore phase there too, the old Suicide Silence and all those boys.
Oh yeah,
try to recapture that sound too.
Yeah.
Definitely, because Suicide Silence was definitely a big influence on a lot of the, especially the older stuff, on me vocally and some of the guitar parts. All the extra like noises and the ambient stuff or whatever, like I really, really do like all that.
All right, but I guess kind of spoil a little bit here too. I guess what's your plans for this year? I guess just going to do some more shows. I guess any new material or music videos at some point.
We, like I said earlier, once the end of July gets here, we're pretty nonstop till about November. Come November, we've been talking about actually really slowing down, especially next January and February, kind of taking off to fully commit to getting the second album actually done and sealed up and ready to go. Because it has been 2 years rocking this album, but it's like time for the sophomore debut to hurry up and get here.
I would say cannot have a sophomore slump. I think that was kind of the unfortunate thing with Chelsea Grin. Though I think if you count their EP, I think the sophomore album would have been Desolation of Eden. But I know My Damnation was kind of a step back for them.
Yeah.
Got to nail the sophomore album. So yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely like, we're going to take a lot of time with it. We want to make sure we kind of at least capture who we are now, but then the growing. I mean, again, it won't just be me writing. Thank God this time I will have him there. We'll have David. Nate should hopefully pass the process, but him or whoever else is there by the time we get to December, more brains, there'll be a lot of stuff added in there.
Yeah.
I mean, David's already been kind of like kicking around a bunch of riffs. He spent the whole July 4th weekend, I think, just sitting in his room writing riffs because he's sent us pretty much what could be the entire album already. It's like, I know it's not done. I mean, I know we're going to take it apart and do this and that, but here it is anyway.
Yeah, David does not have a shortage of material.
Yeah, because he actually is in. I know he's in his other band's Unwinding Reality. They're from Cincinnati, Ohio, which is where he is actually based out of. Is he still in that other band, or did he actually quit being in that other band?
I think he's still in it. I think they're just on hiatus right now.
Well, his baby is Unwinding Reality out of Cincinnati, Ohio. But yeah.
In that case, we'll give a shout out to him there too. Keep going strong there, Davey, and keep up the good work there too. So.
Oh yeah.
All right. But I guess even throughout this interview here too, this one can kind of lead to the whole challenges and everything. So it seems like you guys are in different parts of the states, but it seems like that doesn't seem to be too much of a hindrance when you guys performing and everything. But I guess from your perspectives, what do you think has really been a challenge in Encircled Throne here?
Money.
Money is always a challenge, yes.
Straight up. That's the hardest thing, I feel like.
Because there's a few upgrades we're wanting to make. I mean, we're already pretty up there, I feel like, but there's still some few more items we want to purchase and kind of deal with. I mean, getting some more merch for our merch table kind of thing. Biggest challenge is really parking because, like I said, you can't get a freaking bus or a trailer. I mean, we could call some more gear, but you really can't because there ain't nowhere to park. The scene definitely, from my perspective, being I'm pushing 40 here. When I was in my 20s and stuff, it's a lot different. COVID definitely, I think, played a lot of that. It killed a lot of venues. It killed a lot of being able to go out. Granted, the more we've been going, the more I've seen better and better crowds. But that does also, there's a lot of bands out there now. And sometimes I feel like we hurt ourselves, and actually talking about a challenge is not booking on top of each other. We have on multiple occasions gone into an outside city, got there thinking everything's okay, and then learn that the biggest band that's local is actually playing down the street. So then most of the crowd ends up going there, and it's like, why did we shoot ourselves in the foot here? Like, why didn't we like collab this show? Kind of like that's probably been one of our biggest challenges as of lately, is making sure we're not double booking a city with other people, and because that has been definitely probably one of our more difficult things, is getting to a place and then finding out, hey, by the way, Dance Gavin Dance is playing down the road.
Yeah,
that literally happened to us in Birmingham.
It's happened to us in multiple places. Atlanta, Birmingham, Warner Robins, it happened. It's so unfortunate.
But
and I guess no one really kind of informs you. I guess how does it work too? Is it more like you have to talk?
We found out too late.
Yeah.
Typically, it's a find out too late kind of thing.
It's usually like a venue person or a sound guy. It's like, hey, by the way, this is happening.
Because we usually find out when we get there. And I've even told a few of them, like, man, I wish you told us before we came. Like, hell, we just packed up and went to that show, like the Dance Gavin Dance thing. When we found out we found out literally when we got into Birmingham, we're like, y'all could have told us. We'd have just got tickets and gone to that. I mean, because we literally ended up playing for the band. Now, granted, the bands we played with, it was great to contact with them and mingle and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. I'll play for one person or I'll play for 100 people. We still put on the same show every single time, but that, I guess, when you talk about challenges, that is definitely one of the more challenging, more disheartening thing, is getting to places and you find out that unfortunately other locals decided to have a show or your band ended up coming through, and we don't know, being we're 5 hours away, and then we get there and they're like, yeah, it would have been cool if normally we have a stopped crowd, but they're all over here at this other one that's 20 minutes down the road because it's got all the hardcore bands on it.
As we said, go back to Tourette's or a moment right there. Be like, Oh shit!
Yeah, there's been a few of those moments.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like what do you do, you know? Once you're there, you can't just have to accept it.
We play for the 3 people that are there. I mean, hell,
Yeah.
like that whole that place in Erie, last minute show. There was a bar section, and then where the stage area was that we played at. Like in that little area, there was only 5 people actually watching us play. But of course, the bar could hear us. So I just happened to just decide to walk out there with one of our T-shirts. And literally like 15 people wanted to buy it because they were just happy to be listening from the other area. So that ended up being one of our best-selling merch nights on that run. But nobody was actually watching us play. They were just listening around the corner.
Dry the
You
sorrows.
never really know.
So, I was actually going to ask because it's the only way I bring up this question here too. It does talk about like perspective, like on the music scene, for instance. But since you guys have technically been like all over in the South and even some parts up north there too, I guess, what have you noticed in the music scene with the various venues you guys have played at? Are they normally small crowds, or have you got a little bit of a mixed bag?
It's really dependent on some of the venues. Some of the venues are like freaking coffee shop small. So I mean, you get 20 people in there, it's like, hey, we're packed.
True.
Anywhere between 20 to about 80. It just really depends. It really depends on the venue, just how much cap size is there. Some of the bigger ones we played, yeah, they fit to about 80 to 100 in there. But these smaller DIY clubs we like to do, literally one of our favorite places about an hour and a half down the road in Alabama is called The Shed because it's literally a shed the guy turned into a venue hall. So, I mean, they usually have about 30-something people in there, but it's also in, bumfuck nowhere. Nobody's really around there. There's nothing there except for their one little road, and I think everybody on that road is either family or friends now. Like they bought the road out to keep people from complaining. And it truly is. It is a tin shed. A great friggin' place to play. The dude actually's got a good PA in there now. Like great place. But it is
home kit and everything. Yeah.
Backwoods is all get out though.
Yeah.
So people are usually driving. That's why the crowds are typically smaller, because to get there, I think everybody has to travel at least 30 minutes, because the biggest city close to it's Muscle Shoals, and that is a good 20-30 minute drive down the road.
The Muscle Shoals has got the swampers.
Exactly.
So, okay, dude, at that point. You know what? I think it was actually people I was interviewing out of Cincinnati, Ohio region there too. I think they would say like people have turned the barns in the rural areas into like their own little stage props and everything there too. So it's like, this feels weird. So I don't know. I don't know. To me, it just feels weird because, especially if you just have a small crowd, it's like, do we really want to do this sort of thing? I guess, because that question kind of popped up in your head there too.
Once or twice, especially like if it's just us, the bands, and there is literally nobody else there. That definitely has been like, all right, you know what, never mind. But like I said a minute ago, I mean, the Pennsylvania show, literally only 3 people were there watching us, but everybody in the bar almost bought a T-shirt. So, I mean, we have generally, even if it is a small crowd, we do still, as I like to say, bands are nothing more than traveling T-shirt salesmen now. Our pitch is the music. It's we do pretty good on merch though. So I mean, even if it is only 10 people, generally half of them still come buy merch. So I'll take it as a win. At least, we made some money off of it. So that way our travel has been paid for usually. And I mean, everybody starts small. I mean, we've only been doing this for a little over a year now, so it's not like we've been playing for 10 years and are still playing only 5 people. I mean, we have had bigger. I mean, our hometown shows are finally getting bigger, and Tupelo has had nothing. Like, unless you're being in a country Southern rock cover band playing in a bar, they haven't wanted you. But we've recently convinced this guy to let us rent out his meeting room that holds about 150 people. And we booked a show there, I think 2 months ago, and had 100 people show up. So
yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, they were literally all there for us and one of the other local bands that had got on the line that was like a baby band. It was like their second or third show I think they played.
Mm-hmm.
But so, I mean, it's growing, and I'll take it. I mean, you can't build without a few people to start off with. So I mean, everybody started off with that one fan and grew from there. So I will not knock if 10 people come out to see us play. They're going to see us play. We don't get up there and then just all right and just stand there and not do anything. No, we put the lights up. We go the whole 9 yards. He knocks through his drum set.
Yeah, we'd always try to give it 100%.
We still give that full everything, which is, I guess it does help us because even when only 10 people show up, like I said, half of them still buy merch because we are still putting that out there. So when we do play the 100 to 200 person shows, it goes even better for us because it's more people.
Have you guys not played in the Mobile or any parts of the Panhandle there with Florida, Tallahassee, or those places?
Yeah, we've hit Mobile a couple times. One of our fondest was actually at a skate park. There was, 250 people there.
Yeah. Maybe.
At a friggin' skate park, just an open skate park. We were playing right next to one of the half pipes, us, and there were no locals. There were 3 bands. We were from, I think it takes us about 6 hours to get there. There was another band from the other side of Louisiana that took them, I think, about 5 or 6 as well. The other guys drove, I think, 12 because they were from Texas, weren't they? The old guys?
Yeah, they were from Texas.
I think they drove like 12. None of us were local, and there were still that many kids there. So it was fantastic.
Yeah. It was probably I'd say 150 all together.
Yeah.
And throughout the whole skate park.
The whole skate park, there was
250, 300 people there.
And of course, people coming in and out.
Yeah.
Got the cops, they were there for a little bit too.
Yeah.
So it was
ambulance came, yeah. Kind of wild.
But yeah, we've gone down there a little bit, hit Louisiana a little bit. We haven't truly gotten into Florida yet because being to get to Orlando, for example, because we do have some buddy bands down there. It would take 10 hours. So we're kind of waiting on that to kind of build up. We're trying to build more South Georgia and the Panhandle first. So we've got a good Thursday night hit before going all the way down in there. Because if you're going to go down in there, we got to make it count.
Yeah, that's too far.
Because as soon as we go all the way down or something, it's going to be a 20-hour drive back.
Yeah, straight up.
That's just the part where we cue Pantera's The Great Southern Trendkill.
Yeah.
Actually, just trying to think about it too. It would be like Mississippi. If you wanted to hit maybe a couple in Alabama there, then get into the Panhandle, work your way to Orlando, then maybe come up through Georgia, maybe circle back through Tennessee and do it that way.
Yeah, that's how we've talked about doing it, going straight down, because we do have a little bit of scene in the Gulfport area. So we could always hit that Mobile, hit Pensacola. I know Pensacola's got some pretty good stuff going on, and
yeah, they got the handlebar. Or whatever.
I'm gonna just assume Jacksonville's got something. Being a major city like it is, I'm gonna assume there's got to be something there to be able to come back up with.
Actually, Panama City Beach actually has some really cool deathcore shows that happen there.
In that case, good to see BZC is going strong there. Keep up the good work, boys.
We've been, I guess, focusing more north. Because David being from Cincinnati, it's a lot easier for him to actually travel to our shows if we travel more north towards him in Ohio. Because going all the way down to Florida, he ain't making that trip unless it's he's got a week paid vacation kind of deal or something like that. Because
I need PTO, man. That's what I need.
It all comes back to that money, whether you have it or not. And hell, I started this year off with 2 weeks, and I've already burned all the 2 weeks that I had. With the shows we already got, and we still got several runs coming up that I'm just going to have to burn days and not get paid.
I guess so. But is that another challenge too? You guys work multiple jobs, maybe a main job, and then this is the side hustle?
I wish it could count as a side hustle.
Yeah. It's a secondary job,
or like an investment.
Yeah, investment. Yeah, there you go. Because we're definitely pouring money in more than we're getting back out, which, again, we do. Yeah, it is for the love of the game. We do love doing it, or else there would be no point in doing it. I'm a truck driver. I drive full time during the week.
I work at a grocery store, so
paper or plastic? Is that sort of deal?
Yeah.
Or is he the show? Or is he the show boy?
I'm just a stalker. I don't do cashier work, thankfully.
He's like, I ain't got to deal with it.
No, I just have to answer a bunch of questions about fruit and stuff like that. So, but it's all, like we said, for the love of the game, to keep pushing this and hopefully get to a spot to where this can become our main gig. And
yeah, because really shout out that thankful that both of our jobs are willing to let us off when we want to get off so far. I mean, mine has complained a few times to me, but they haven't really gotten too mad because they still let me take off.
My manager is a metalhead too, so he thinks it's super cool that we're, going out of town and performing this type of music. So he never gives me any flack for trying to.
When he remembers.
When he remembers that I'm going out of town.
We were. It was actually that Cleveland trip. It was the one we went up there to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We were coming home from Cleveland, Ohio. He gets a text from his manager. Hey, you coming into work today?
I was like,
we are 12 hours away.
No work.
We're like, homie, they ain't no one coming into work today.
But I actually did end up going in at like 7 p.m.
Yeah, he ended up closing.
Yeah, I worked from like 7 to about 11 and just tried to get as much done as I could. It sucked. I was so mad. I was like, oh.
The exhaustion was real.
Yeah. Shout out Steven, though. He's the real one.
The pain is real. So, yeah. So, all right. I think, Joe, you did mention about COVID a little bit here, too. Just real quick, how bad was COVID for you guys on a personal and family level? I'm not too sure, Joe, if it was also the reason you kind of went on hiatus, too.
I was on hiatus because I moved away from home mainly. And when I moved down to Florida, being involved in trucking, when I started doing that, I really never was home to have the time to play shows. As far as COVID and the band, I mean, the band really wasn't a thing then, especially member-wise. I had just actually started my own music studio, and it kind of ran it into the ground because, of course, couldn't bring people into my music studio, which I think is actually what kicked off me ended up writing more and more and more because having to sit at home and not being able to play with other people.
Honestly, for me, like whenever COVID happened, I was in like 8th grade, so it did not bother me at all. I was playing Minecraft every day. I was chilling.
I still had to work. I was considered a necessary employment driving the truck. So
COVID didn't really hit me hard, but it got him for sure.
Essential worker. That's the term they give it.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, other than what it did to everybody else, depression and all that kind of stuff. I mean, the typical, life at that point. I think everybody. I mean,
just to suffer.
I mean, a lot of people I know, we lost family members. I lost family members. So, I mean, other than the typical stuff that happened to pretty much everybody, it was kind of glad it ended hurried up and ended when it finally ended. I know that. I do think we're still kind of feeling remnants of it. Like I said, the venues are definitely, it's a lot smaller than it was back when I was in my 20s. Like I went on tour in my 20s to places I didn't even know, and people were always coming out. Like it was a thing to go to shows back then. And I think we're slowly getting back into that. People are just like, hey, let's go see the bands. I know I've heard people be like, well, I don't know them, I'm not going to go watch them. It's like, but that could be the next biggest thing. Like, how would you feel if you had the opportunity to see Chelsea Grin, hell, even some of these bigger bands, Bring Me the Horizon, Motionless in White, or something like that? You could have saw them when they were right here, just this itty bitty band. I mean, you could be seeing us, or hell, any of these other local bands that, I mean, we played with some people that are phenomenal players. So the Flesh That Binds, the shirt I'm wearing, those guys were nuts out of Atlanta. Some of the best musicians I've ever seen. And they could be the next biggest thing. And how would you feel that you could have actually been a fan and gotten that OG T-shirt that nobody ever could have again? Because we sold 100 T-shirts of our original logo, which is not the one that's behind me here, and the one we're using now. The actual one I made in a really crappy tattoo art app. And when we sold 100 T-shirts with that, like, you could be that OG fan that got that one of those 100 T-shirts and be like, haha. Or now you've got to wait and buy a friggin' $200 ticket to see Blink-182 or something.
Mm-hmm. And the seat ain't even that good.
And it ain't even that good. You sit all the way up in them nosebleeds.
That's why local shows are where it's at.
So not the same as it used to be. So
I mean, that is probably one of the biggest, coolest thing. Seeing some of these bands that we've got the pleasure of sharing the stage with, these musicians that we're getting to see. It does make me sad that more people aren't coming out to just be like, well, I don't know who they are. I'm not going to go. Man, this could be your next most favorite band. You don't know. And it does kind of suck, especially when you see some of these guys, like I said, and we were playing for like 15 people, and these guys they shouldn't be even gracing the same stage. They should already be gone and doing bigger, better things.
Sign that company contract and all that sort of deal, yeah.
So I keep in contact with a lot of them. Like, hey, when you get big,
don't forget about us.
I'll do the same if by chance we take off. But hey,
something like that. But on a serious note, sorry for any losses. You guys lost along the way there too. So hope you all are doing okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I guess we got one more question before we jump into some extra fun ones, and it kind of delves into AI and social media, which I think Joe, you kind of touched on it too when you discussed like that first logo you talked about. So I guess, do you guys use AI for any of your works, and what do you make of it these days?
We don't now. I dabbled with it when it like first was a thing back, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago when AI actually started like rearing its head, back before it was such a detrimental thing now. But like our flyers and stuff, like he home makes all our flyers now. Like we don't, now that it's become such a bad thing for the scene. No, not at all anymore. I mean, we used to. I mean, if you look at some of our older artwork, it was like when we first started. Because again, I was by myself. I really wasn't thinking about putting money into it or even playing a show. So it was kind of like, it was just something fun to generate because I didn't think anybody would see it.
Yeah,
but like
once we started going out playing shows and getting a little bit more traction, we kind of realized how bad it was, like how bad of an image it portrays to other people.
Well,
so we try to steer clear as much as we possibly can, and I don't use it at all personally.
Just in this last year, though, it has really hurt a lot of people, like local artists, like designers, even like graphic designers for sure, and hell, even all the Suno music crowd that's come out. Like I hear it, being a music engineer, went to school for it. Like I have that ear, I can hear that on people's music. So even like I've had a few friends put out some stuff, and they're like, "No, man, it ain't AI." And I'm like, "Dude, that film is screaming chalkboard to me. Why are you lying? You can't get it past me. I know you did. You at least use the mastering if you didn't use anything else." Like I do hate that, especially for like I said, all these talented people we've played with and stuff, that it's just essentially stealing stuff. Like your TikTok is a big example of going through there, and all the music that they're using has definitely been AI generated, but the masses don't care. Like, yes, us as musicians, yes, it hurts us, and especially our friends in the DIY scene, it's burn the book kind of thing. But the masses, you can tell that to them, they're not going to change their mind about it. I've gone through plethora of TikTok videos and been like seeing people call it out for being AI, and of course seeing the 50% that are attacking everybody who's saying, well, I don't care, I'm going to listen to it anyway. Well, unfortunately, that AI song has 10 million views now, and we have a couple thousand on some of our Spotify songs.
Sad, but true there too. I guess, have you run into any issues on social media? I don't know if you.
I mean, we haven't had any backlash. Our other band, our storage only. I made a neon font for our album, for our logo. I did use like an enhancement on it, so it gave it kind of like a sheen, which of course the AI thing gave it that sheen. Didn't think nothing about it, and we did get called out for making an AI logo, and I'm like, but it's not AI. I literally created it on my computer. I just used that to kind of brighten up the neon colors. but I immediately just took it down and took it off everything. I was like, I'm not going to fight that battle. If it's already being called that, just screw it. We'll go back to the original logo, which is literally a picture of where the name comes from, storage only, off of a trailer that is at my work that literally says storage only on it. And it's just, we just take it now and use it on everything. It's like, you can't say that's I have a picture of the trailer. Like, you can't, no, you're not threatening me on this one.
I got the proof. That'll do.
I got a guy out of Brazil actually to make our Encircled Thrones new logo. And the original one, it wasn't AI. It was just it was some random tattoo app. Like, you could design your own tattoos. So it had like a lot of shapes and stuff. So I just kind of like melded a lot of the shapes together. Even though it looked like, I'll say crappy. I mean, it was okay. It worked for, I guess, an initial logo. But I mean, this guy definitely who made this did a lot better for us.
That's good. You want to give him a shout out real quick?
I honestly can't remember his name. It was some guy off of a Fiverr. No, actually, that guy was off Instagram.
Vote for Pedro. We'll do that.
And unfortunately cannot remember his name.
I'll stick with that way there too. But nonetheless, we'll give that guy a shout out there too if he sees this video.
Yeah.
All right. So, just real quick, what social media are you guys on so people can check out and I guess interact with any posts?
We are on everything. You literally can type Encircled Throne into Google, and we're the only thing that pops up as soon as you type it in. It gives you a whole list of our stuff. We're on Instagram. We mainly use Instagram a lot because to me, Instagram is the closest thing to MySpace as we can get nowadays. So I really like Instagram. I mean, of course, we're on Facebook. We do post daily on TikTok. We have a Twitter, or I guess X rather, excuse me. But I can't tell you the last time I posted on there just because I felt like I wasn't really getting anywhere. But if there is a social media, we are technically on it. It's just Encircled Throne. Thankfully, when I was trying to pick out the name, I searched for like 4 or 5 days to make sure. I knew Throne was popular, but I was just making sure Encircled Throne was nowhere around. So like I said, if you type it into Google, we don't have any fights about you're gonna find us.
Just 2 random dudes out of Mississippi right there too. So it's all good. All right. So boys, we have some questions here. Pretty good. So let's get through some fun ones real quick. Ready?
All right.
So I did say to make there a Joe's arm. So I guess you want to show off any ink you guys get?
It's the heartbeat of music. I don't know how well it can be. That's the only one I got. You don't have any.
No.
He's a baby though, so he's.
I plan to get some. I just haven't got there yet.
Give that whole problem of money.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd probably be inked out right now if I wasn't doing this.
I do have full intentions on my right arm getting from here on back shoulder blade all the way down to my wrist, eventually of an entire like scene, but that's going to cost like, I don't know, 10 grand probably. Yeah. So that's going to be a minute on that one. But for now, yeah, music is enough.
We'll put it down on the back burner for now. So okay. I can't wait to see it whenever you do get it. So make sure to shout out the socials. So, I guess, what do you guys eat in terms of food? I guess you got a particular favorite dish?
I eat a lot of chicken.
Dude, that's what I was about to say, man. We have the worst diet of all time, dude. Especially being on the road, man. It's nothing but like crappy gas station food and
40-piece chicken McNugget, 2 large fries. That was mine and his staple for a minute because we could get that for like $10 there for a minute. Both of us could get large drinks, 2 large fries, and then 40 chicken nuggets.
Yeah. Sometimes when we're out, we try to go to decent, like nicer restaurants and, eat some decent
meals. Have found some really good meals. Cletus is outside of freaking Nashville.
Dude, if you ever in Nashville, you got to go to Cletus.
That place
is so good.
I
just found it randomly, and I was like, this place is called Cletus. This is where we're going to eat. It's like, it's got to be good.
I, for an appetizer, got literally It's called the bag of Doritos, and they take a full bag of Doritos, put hamburger meat. I think it's got the special Cletus sauce on it. It's a whole bunch of other stuff. And then they bring it out, and it's in a bag of Doritos that they cut the top off of. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
That sounds good. It's almost like
horrible junk food. We're not dietitians. We don't.
We also don't drink a lot of water either.
We've done better because me and him both have, especially on that 5-hour night drive back home. I have really bad RLS, and the more dehydrated you are, the worse it is. So we've been trying to always keep a case of Gatorade and a case of water, and we keep having to look at each other. Have you drank your bottle of water today?
Yeah, straight up.
You need to drink another one because you're going to regret it after the show tonight.
I was about to say, boy, you were real thin for what you eat. So that'll do.
Man, it's metabolism.
Well, when I was 20 years old, I was only 150 pounds too. So
I was chunky in the past, and it all just disappeared for some reason.
I said that's some damn good metabolism then. So, all right, all good choices there. Also, thanks for sharing that too. I was in Nashville. I did not see Cletus, so I'll have to see if I can find that again.
Yeah, man, I promise
you gotta search for it. It's not like on the main road. It's a little off. That's actually his job when I'm driving, when we going through like towns and stuff. When we get hungry, let's go find the most local mom and pop place we can. We try not to just eat the generic fast food places and stuff like that. Like we really do try to support the local places of the cities we go into. And there was some bar we stopped at in Macon, Georgia that had some phenomenal food.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought you were going to be guilty of saying we ate at a Waffle House. So,
well, I'm gonna go on a tit rant for a second. That is the struggle. After show meals, everywhere's closed now, including Waffle House. Like you can't end the show and get out unless that ends at 10 o'clock and you're packed up and ready to go and out that parking lot by 10:15 to get to Waffle House by 11. You're not getting food unless it's a freaking like Whataburger. I think is one of the few places
Whataburger and
that is actually 24 hours now.
There's like Taco Bells here and there that'll be open.
Waffle House will let you get like their drive-through, but sometimes, but a lot of them, especially down here, a lot of them they just close up.
Yeah.
By midnight, we go out and we're like, this was not a thing when I was doing tours back in my 20s. Like everywhere was open until like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like Taco Bell used to be open till 4 a.m. I remember that.
Yeah.
Like it used to be open that late. You could go inside that late. And that's the struggle, finding a place to eat after a show.
So there's been a couple times where it's been so bad we just went straight home and
stop at a gas station, grab a bag of chips and another Gatorade and just drive.
Yeah.
Lesson learned, I guess. So I guess the struggle is real.
It's very real, man.
I guess so. All right. Great choices. I guess outside of music and your main jobs, do you guys have any hobbies?
I like to play video games, I guess. I was, in my college years, played a lot of Halo. That maybe why my college grades weren't always the best. Halo 3 dropped. That was that midnight release, and consequently played it a whole lot after that.
Honestly, I really don't have a lot of hobbies outside of music. It's kind of sad. I used to be a gamer, and then it just kind of fell off for me. I don't really know. I kind of just spend time with my people, like my friends and family, and just play music, and and go to work, and that's pretty much it.
Straightforward to the point.
And I guess I'm not gonna sit here and be like graphic design is my passion, but I really enjoy making flyers and artwork and stuff like that.
So at least something. So at least I'll contribute to the band. He hasn't got.
It's also still related to music at the same time, though. So.
That's for sure.
And I do run a studio. I do try to get people to come in and record every now and then.
Guess the advertisement. I guess he has to be your advertisement board from now on too.
Yeah.
Mojo Studios MS.
Where's the business card?
I was literally looking for one of my business cards, and I don't think I got one of them over here right now.
We'll have to find it at some point. So.
But yeah, Mojo Studios MS. That's very, very. Oh, hey.
Quick plug.
Yeah, it's too dark.
Never said not
We got
today.
most of it. We got most of it. So,
But yeah.
all right. I should share that too. And also, all right, the hobbies. I guess in terms of movies or TV shows, you guys got any particular favorites between the two? Not sure if you guys are TV nerds.
He is a little bit more than me.
I don't know. Calling favorites, I guess, is kind of hard. I mean, there are a couple of animes I do enjoy watching. Right now, me and my wife are watching the How I Met Your Mother again, for like the 50th.
Hey, that's a
time.
good one. I have watched that. That's a good one.
Like, I mean, I do watch a lot of like sitcoms, like The Office and stuff like that, I guess you could say. Movies, really like the Lord of the Rings kind of trilogies, that kind of stuff. Star Wars. But if I'm going to sit around and watch something, that's generally like mindlessly watching Schitt's Creek or something like that.
Yeah, or like
The usuals.
Yeah, Letterkenny.
It's so funny. I'm honestly more into like old, like not really old movies, but older movies. Kind of like Scarface and stuff like that. I really like those type of movies more than the newer stuff.
However, homie has never seen Jurassic Park.
Dude, don't it? Dude,
What's the other one? What is the other one I gave you hell about?
Oh, well, I haven't even watched Star Wars.
I don't even care about that. There was another one like Jurassic Park you hadn't seen that I was like, this is BS that you've not seen
dude.
this.
And I grew up in a family of movie watchers too. But I would always get bored and go play video games while they were watching movies. So I screwed myself up there.
Uncultured swine.
I guess.
I think we have to say Lord of the Rings. It strikes me like that would be one of the ones he did not see. So
Maybe it was like Harry Potter. I haven't watched Harry Potter.
No, it definitely wasn't Harry Potter. It was like a one-off movie. Yeah.
I guess so.
Maybe it'll come back later.
Yeah.
At some point. So, all right, good choices. And for the last, the fun questions, I guess. So, who you been listening to recently in terms of music, regardless if they're independent or mainstream?
Well, I'm technically a big emo kid at heart, so like I have been listening to a lot of the older classic guys. I guess like Taking Back Sunday and Thursday here a lot lately. Because being as big into the emo as I am, I cannot write emo to save my life. I don't like listen to like just one band. Like if I go to my Spotify right now, brand new Straight Light Run, Under Oath, Seos and Chiodos, Atreyu, Silverstein, Hawthorne Heights, like it's just it's like one song from a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
like I'm in like one of my other lists or whatever, Chelsea Graham, Suicide Silence, they're all like one or two songs from them is just thrown into a massive playlist. I don't like hyper focus on hardly any bands. I did for one moment. Bring Me Horizon was like I would listen to a couple of their albums like on repeat. Sempiternal and Throne I listened to really heavily.
I don't know why, but I've recently gotten back into Attila for some reason.
Hey.
Like I watched a YouTube video on him, and I was like, man, I forgot how good this stuff was. Even though it's the most like just stupid like party music, like I don't know, douchebag behavior is what it gives off. But it's just really it's so much fun to listen to. It's great music.
Party metal. That's
it is that hype metal. Yeah.
I've been listening to that, and then like our other project, Storage Only, I've been listening to that on repeat because I've been in the process of still learning some of those guitar parts. So it's very like emo metalcore.
Yeah, because fun fact with that, he was the drummer.
Yeah.
But the drummer for his other band that he was in decided he wanted to play drums, so he actually moved to guitar. So they've been having to like play catch up on getting the parts learned so we can start playing shows more with them.
It's a small world after all, so
2
yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks to start playing shows with
we're
them.
playing our first home show as Storage Only.
All right, sounds good. But also thanks so much for sharing there too. So, all right. So, boys, we're down to one more question on my podcast. But before we jump into it, would you guys like to ask me one question apiece real quick?
So, yeah, I'm curious. What made you want to go out and interview bands?
Well, it actually started during COVID there too. So it started in 2021. I was actually a friend of mine out of college who is now part of this country group now, but he's doing good right now.
Yeah.
But I realized I had a bad stint in sales, so I realized I was a real bad introvert. So this was kind of a nice little way to kind of break that mold and get out of my introverted sort of side there too, as well as interact. But also, I'm a little bit of a music nerd. I wouldn't say die hard, but I would say I listen to a whole lot more metal than I do any other genre.
You're nerd enough, yeah.
Nerd enough, man.
I mean, we got 3 nerds on the podcast right here, so yeah.
Yeah. We're definitely both heavily introverted. And that's kind of
our first meeting, actually, when he first came to practice, was like the first 15 minutes was discussing how bad we are being introverts. So like when the conversation dies, for neither one of us to get upset because we can't talk to people we don't know very well.
Fake it till you make it.
Yeah. But like it was the most awkward one-on-one hour of rehearsal to try to just get used to each other a little bit.
You just kind of look at me by the computer's like, you ready?
You want to run the next one now?
And then he'd just kind of be like,
do you need to run that again? Or, I mean, that sounded all right. You want to move on? That was all of our conversation was just very
it was
to the point.
Yeah, to the point for the first week or so. And then we started then we found out we're actually very similar.
There's a picture, because some people will actually make the joke that he is my kid. There is a picture of me when I am 19, and we look horrifyingly similar.
Yeah.
It does almost look like, dang, bro, you really could be my kid because I am almost 20 years older than you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I initially thought when I was coming in, but I didn't want to be rude or anything. So I was like,
that question's been popped a couple of times.
We've actually tried to play it off, those bars you talk about carding him. Try to be like, well, he's my kid. Doesn't matter if he's my kid. Yeah. We just roll right into it.
It worked one time.
It did work one time. They allowed him to be like, okay, well, that's fine then. If you can, just watch him. Yeah, sure. Not.
There you go, son. So,
I mean, he's my kid. I can condone it, right?
You said piss off, asshole.
Screw you, old man. You're not my real dad. I mean,
I could be if I wanted to. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I guess my question would be, how did you find us?
The Facebook gods had blessed me with actually stumbled upon your group there too. And I think you and guys also talk a good bit with Drex, the West Wolf.
Drex the West Wolf, yes.
Yeah. I think you guys are also good friends with him, and I guess you shared your music with him or music video. I'm not too sure. I know he's trying to really help.
Yeah, I've known that guy for a couple of years now. We actually met because a local community, local band Smokeout guy, BG out of California. I don't know if you know him or not, but he was connected with him when I first met Drex. Because he's up in Canada somewhere.
Hey,
he's a Canadian boy, Mr. Drex, the West Wolf. Dude, he tries really hard to support the local scene and all the underground boys as much as he can, but that good old Facebook algorithm kind of knocks him off a lot of times.
Sad but true. Yeah. I see it. I'm like, I have tried, buddy. I've tried to share, so I'm doing what I can.
I try to interact. I try to comment to at least, help him out some, because I know that's what the algorithm looks for, but I think it still just kills his page for some reason. I've told him a couple times, I think you need to delete and start over. I think Facebook's got it against you.
I guess so. I thought they also said Blue Sky or something was a good alternative or something. So I don't know. Or Clapper. I forget what it was, but yeah. So
cool. That's cool. You met us through him. I'll have to let him know that we got an interview because of him.
It was also that, but I think I also stumbled upon your page on Facebook, and I think I gave a follow. I think I might have just actually clicked, and I think it was just 50-50. It'd be like, hey, you want to come on the podcast and see what happened? And here we are.
I don't ever really truly turn down an interview because, again, even if one person sees this and becomes a fan, that to me is worth it.
That's for sure. So, all right. Was there anything else before we jump into the last question, or is it okay we go into it?
Yeah, we're good. I'm good. Yeah.
All right. So here's how I worded. This one might be a little deep, so let's see what you got. All right. So given the bad negativity you've been seeing going on in the world these days with like the news, even some posts on social media that get probably a little too political at times, and even events happening in this part of the world and that. These days, I feel like people need some sort of hope. So what would be your message of hope for musicians and people out there so that they can move forward with their lives?
Message of hope. I don't know. The way I look at it, it's kind of like we're all in it together, I guess. There's never, I don't think there'll ever be a point in time where musicians will stop making music, even with the whole like AI thing. Like everybody's still gonna always have a passion for it, and we'll always be here to support each other. Basically, obviously, there's like certain aspects of the scene, and there's certain people in the scene that want to be like gatekeepers or just anything like that, and try to alienate people. But the real scene lies where the people are, supporting each other and doing what they love and having that passion and letting it flourish there. So I guess that's how I keep hope in myself, is just knowing that there's always going to be people out there doing it. Like I've got so many friends that are hours away from me that are, we're continuing in the journey together, basically.
The real ones are still going to love. Like that. That's been one of our biggest things is, so to me, one of our biggest messages is just love. Like, we aren't a Christian band. There are Christian aspects to our band. We don't necessarily claim to be a Christian band, even though if you look through some stuff, you'll see it there. But my biggest thing with all that is, technically Jesus taught love, not all this other stuff. Like, I know there's a lot of issues with the main church and stuff like that. I could care less about church myself, to be honest. Damn sure could care less about our government either. Any of it. I'm very much anti-government all the way. Like he said, we, all of the people, like, we're more important anyway. So like loving your neighbor, loving the other person, like, at all the shows, that's what we try to like share to people, to be kind or whatever.
Supportive.
We don't really walk into an area and are ugly to somebody. We maybe standoffish, but again, that some of that comes from the introvertedness. But generally, the only people we're really not going to associate with is if we've heard you are having issues in your life of doing things that are not nice to other people. I don't really care to have nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Just because I don't wish to be associated with somebody who, beats other people or any of that kind of nonsense. Like I'm not for that. I'm not for people telling other people they don't deserve to live because of how they believe or how they wish to act. We should all just be able to be ourselves and feel love from everybody, just regardless, in my point of view. And I guess that's the hope I wish more people could actually do, is instead of us always turning to hate, which is one reason why I don't really care to watch the news, because today it just feels like it's just a constant divider when we should all just more try to come together and actually just be there for everybody. Would be a lot better than all this division, because it's nonsense anyway. We're still born the same way. We still die the same way.
Unfortunately, but nonetheless, spoke like a bunch of true apologies. So, all right. So, boys, we have reached the end of the podcast here. We talked probably going to get a little over an hour and 30 minutes, but I guess you want to give any shouts to anybody real quick?
Shout out Cameron Hood.
That's our drummer for the other band, Storage Only.
He's the only person that didn't get like a name drop, I guess, that's related to our music.
Big homie right there.
Yeah, that's actually
big little homie.
Fun fact about him: me and him were born in the same hallway of the same hospital, exactly one day apart. So yeah, it's really cool to be able to tell people that we've literally been day one friends, and we're out here traveling, doing music together. It's awesome.
And I was just born 20 years earlier, because he's the second, Cameron's the third, and I'm the 5th of October. so we get to have like a massive birthday show at the 1st of October every year, because it literally is all 3 of our birthdays right there on top of each other.
Oh, it's Chinese.
But yeah, other than that, I was just gonna say thanks for interviewing us and allowing us to do this. It's really cool.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Also managed to break a little wall of introversy, if we want to call it that way there too. So get to know each other a little bit.
Yeah.
So, all right. And just real quick, I know I mentioned about social media earlier. Can you just list what social media and streaming platforms you guys are on for the audience so they can check you out and interact?
Again, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, those are our biggest ones. Just Encircled Throne. We are on all audio still are on Spotify. YouTube just dropped a music video. Apple Music, Desert,
not SoundCloud.
We're not on SoundCloud. I have not.
Or what's it called?
DistroKid's probably the distributor.
DistroKid is our.
They'll get you to everybody. The same.
Yeah.
They put it out on I don't know 20 freaking platforms. Yeah. I forget how many platforms, but I mean, like I said, you type it into Google, you gonna find us one way or another. Yeah. It's
Instagram though is definitely the main one.
If you want our attention a lot, it's gonna be Instagram. Yeah.
I'd say you did well on Facebook, so that's at least another one right there too.
I do check Facebook daily, yes, but I don't know, just something about the Instagram platform to me. I don't know, it does better for us, like as far as engagement, I guess you could say.
I guess so. So just to close out this real quick. So everyone, my guests today were Joe and Blake, part of the band Encircled Throne, hailing from Tulipa, Mississippi. The first one's out of the state right there too. So way to represent, boys.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
All right. But the part of the band Encircled Throne right here. So go hit up all the socials, all streaming platforms. Keep your eyes open for whatever venues they're going to be doing next, tearing it up through Tennessee, Alabama, probably Georgia, Louisiana. We're going for the swamps and Ohio too. So all right. But boys, good luck next year. Somewhere like that. So yeah. All right. But boys, you stay safe because there's one pretty fucked up world out there. Rock on. And lastly, strike a pose for the audience. Stay tuned, yo.